Scarlet Witch, number 1.
Alright, this is for you. Avengers, assemble! Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. Exodus 22:18.
Ga, Upper East Side, Manhattan. Just a couple more wrinkles, a little more gray. Could be worse. Bad dream? You and I both know there's no such thing as bad dreams. They're messages our subconscious sends us, if we only cared to read them as such. Oh, I'm in a Psychology 101 class with a Professor Wanda. I didn't realize. I'll get my notebook. And you know how much I love dry sarcasm first thing in the morning. It isn't morning, it's still night. You know what I mean. Agatha? Anyway, it wasn't a bad dream, more a memory. And a message, like I said. I'm just not certain what it's telling me yet. I sense something, Agatha, out there in the city tonight. Something isn't right. It's New York. There are always things that aren't right. You mean magic? Well, yes. But more specifically, witchcraft. I'm glad I decided to buy this place. Best thing I could have done. For what it costs, I'm glad you feel that way. I know you'd prefer I take myself away to a gingerbread house in the woods, perhaps. A cave in the ground. Well, I was more thinking a nice house upstate, but I do enjoy gingerbread. Seriously, I just think somewhere away from the city might suit you better. You haven't always fared so well around lots of people. Agreed, but at the same time I've never been more determined to fare better. Besides, in the legends and fairy tales, cabins and caves are where the bad witches live. Anyway, I do so love the view. I can see New York for all that it is from up here. Good and bad, its spirit, its timber, and of course its many hues. Why, even as I look out now at the night, those auras tell me where good and bad reside. Better than a trail of breadcrumbs, I'll say that. How's the coffee? Delicious. I wish you could try it. Yes, being dead has its drawbacks. So it begins, a new life for me. I hope so, a new direction. All I know for sure, something in the city is amiss. And I don't even need my view of the New York skyline to tell me. Nor magic wand, or pointy hat, or eye of newt, and toe of frog. But merely by observing the obvious, sad and still, and in plain view. About the death of many cats. I had some problems in the past. My life has been a minefield of missteps, mistakes, and I'll be the first to admit even some mental instability. My power, the ability I got at birth, allows me to break the laws of physics and scientific absolutes. Levitation, transformation, teleportation, and such. I've often heard the spells I cast referred to as chaos magic. But in actual fact, they're far from chaotic. Their power and intensity are linked to the energy of the earth and womankind. Revered by ancient pagan faith. Feared by men. Its name is witchcraft. In my past, I have ill-used that power, and I am feared because of it. But I am more than the sum of those mistakes. I am better than that. And I resolve to put things right, to right the wrongs when magic, witchcraft is involved, and not as part of a team. Me alone. May I speak to Detective Erickson? He's the lead investigator on the restaurant murder last night, yes?
Yeah, he's lead. You got a name, sweetheart?
Yes, Buttercup, I do. Wanda Maximoff. Although, you probably know me better by another name.
So here we are at the crime scene, Miss Maximoff, as you requested, bagged and dusted. Don't know what all else to tell you. We've got the killer back at the precinct. He claims to have no recollection of his actions, which is the first step to an insanity plea, so I don't blame you.
Bates Bistro and Bar, Orchid and Stanton.
Frankly, open and shut like this is, I prefer you use your hocus pocus to make him explain why he did what he did. He says he doesn't know what came over him.
He was a busboy here?
Yeah, Hector Gomez.
Legalized American as of a year ago. Peeling radishes one minute, the next he's peeling the face off a couple diners. 2 dead before the staff wrestled him to the ground. This wasn't the first crime like this recently, right? Temporary madness, fearsome assault.
You look in your crystal ball to see that?
Yes, while a gypsy violinist played in the background. Or maybe I simply read it in the newspaper.
2 others attacked, 1 dead, and the other cut up so badly I bet he wished he died too.
And both of the victims were rich?
Banker dropping off his car and the valet went nuts. The other was all alone in her apartment when her maid went crazy. So no, neither Vic was hurting for money. You think there's a link, huh? Some kind of magical thing? Makes sense.
Yes, it's all quite obvious actually, if you look for the signs. Something else that's in the newspapers too, but you just have to walk around to see it firsthand. Every cat in Lower Manhattan is mysteriously dying. Strays and pets alike.
Yeah, creepy as hell. Vets think it's some kind of feline virus. That magic too? Cats and witches?
Yes and no, like you say, a virus of sorts. Let me give you a quick history lesson. In 1730s Paris, there occurred what could only be called a cat massacre. Starving apprentices came to view cats, the pampered pets of their masters, as symbols of their own misfortune. These boys systematically slaughtered any cat they could find, many hundreds in fact. Some historians and theorists regard this as the first ember of the fire of revolution that would engulf France decades later. However, a witch like myself can see it as something even beyond that. The cats were a sacrifice. The idea of their slaughter, no doubt, put into the boy's head by a poor starving witch of that time.
A sacrifice?
A tygerum, as the ancient Scots called it, the killing of cats in order to control hell, and thereby summon a senilian. It's the magical embodiment of envy, hate, the need to punish. It took time, decades, but once alive to roam Paris, it ultimately incited the masses to revolution.
And this thing a senilian?
Senolian.
You're saying one has been conjured here in Lower Manhattan?
This is a part of the city where too frequently nowadays the less fortunate are being driven out by those wealthier and more fortunate. Even so, at least that, the same hateful hex could take root. The killers, all of them, are as innocent as they claim. It is the Senolians' hate energy spreading from one to the next.
Wait, this isn't my field of expertise, so let me see if I've gotten this straight. A magical hate virus has been planted in part of the city?
Exactly. And if unabated, like any virus, it will spread out even further.
But who did it?
No idea. That's a mystery that will need solving.
Well, do you know at least who else has been affected? Who the next killer is going to be?
Who? Why, it's you, Detective Erickson. Why do you think I brought you here? For clues? Blatant auras? No, I wanted you away from everyone. And as I'm sure you know, there's nothing lonelier than a crime scene where everyone's left it.
But I don't feel hatred, no envy.
You were born poor, and you've worked your way up from the bottom. And although you'd never admit it, you do think adversely on those you see as born with a silver spoon.
No, wait. How can you know all of this about me anyway? We've only just met.
Have you forgotten? I'm the Scarlet Witch.
What are you doing?
Saving your life. I'm sorry, but this will hurt. Exorcisms always do. And I guess it would be smart to decide my next move right about now. Or rather, my next spell. Need to move too, of course, stay away from its talons. But I have to consider that his Sinoleum was summoned with the magic made from Scotland, so I must use a Celtic spell to banish it. Dear creature, I invoke the power of Exalted Morrigan, and I order you to... No, something's wrong. Distracted, but when I sensed just then... When I felt, now, let's end this, shall we?
Oh, you're right. That really hurt.
Later. Witchcraft is sick. Witchcraft is alien. You know, I used to love being all mysterious and witchy, speaking in vague terms and riddles. I enjoyed how much it irritated Reed's Richard. However, now that I'm at the receiving end, I admit it's pretty damned annoying. Witchcraft is sick. How, my darling? Does it need aspirin? The energy flow that exists between a witch and the world around her. Yes, what of it? In my moment of connection with the demon, I got an awareness, a sense that the force at work that unleashed it, and that this is but a single salvo in an ongoing attack. Witchcraft is being tampered with, weakened. Can you feel it too, Agatha? Oh, I expect I would have back when I was alive. Before you killed me. I keep telling you that wasn't me. Moving on. I now understand the symbolism of the dream I had this morning. Cute. How the Avengers should stay in my path as much as events allow them to anyway. That I'm on my own. So, you intend to hunt down this threat to the craft, I assume? Of course. Are you sure you want to take this on? All the spells it may require of you? And you and I both know the cost. I need to do this, Agatha, for witchcraft, and for me too. I need this for me. I'll find this menace if I have to go around the world or many worlds. Whoever it is, wherever they are, they will know what it means. To face the Scarlet Witch.
Next, Mother Gods and Minotaurs.